Alright guys, Alan Belcher here, System 14. This is the part where you learn how to stand up using the cage. Okay, so it's taken me a lot of years to get this system down and to figure it out. So I hope you enjoy it. Now, when you're using the cage, what we did here is just a part of my gym that has one fence here. So you can use any wall with some padding. I recommend some padding or a cage. If you're working on the cage, you know, I like to use this pad right here to do a lot of the reps so you don't get hurt. Another thing you want to keep in mind is wearing MMA gloves, okay? So the MMA gloves aren't always just for protecting against punches. Anytime you're working on a cage fence or inside an octagon or a cage, you want to wear the gloves so you don't get bruised up, all right? Especially the guys doing the takedowns or whatever. You're working with a partner, you're reaching behind somebody, it's going to mess up your knuckles, it's going to hurt pretty bad. So keep that in mind. Alright, so this first part right here, I want to show you the basic philosophy. It's basically the standing in base of standing up against the cage, okay? So follow me here. When we're in the middle of the floor and you've done any kind of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or MMA before, you should learn how to base up here. Got your hand blocking, your foot's down here, your hand's down there. And you pop up, kick, put this behind, you stand in base like that and you're ready to defend yourself. That's standing in base. That's the building blocks of the System 14. But although it's a very small part of it, that base, the way I teach it, is a big part of it. So you kind of have the same thing when you use the cage. This is my standing in base of wall walking and standing up against the cage. So I like to start right here, about a good distance from the cage where my hands can't even touch the cage. That's probably a good measure about where you can reach out with your fingers and touch the cage here. This is a good spot. So now what I'm going to do, all in one motion, I'm going to do my favorite side of a shrimp. And as I do the shrimp here, I'm going to come up on my elbow just a little bit, all right? Just to lift my hips up, all right? So I come here and turn on my side, my feet are pushing, and I'm gonna start to shrimp and up on my elbow, and I'm gonna pop all the way against the cage. And all in that one motion, if I can set up, this is where I wanna get, okay? I'm here, and if I can load my legs up like this, it's even better. My elbows are in, my legs are loaded, ready to go. All right? So that's the first part of this right here. I'm here, remember my hand's about this far, it's a good spot to practice from, because in this distance here, you can go with your first movement all the way to position A, you can call it. Okay, we'll call this A, we'll go all the way to position B. So we're here, bam, right on my elbow, all the way to position B. Okay, that's my first part. Nice and technical. Right there, you want to use your core, engage your core, start to shrimp up on your elbow, bam! And you set all the way up. You don't want to be here. Okay, so you're here. As you go here, set up right away. Hand on the floor, and you're here. Now, elbows in, your legs are loaded up. Now obviously, someone may be holding your legs. They might be one side of your body across, whatever. Your legs might be trapped here. Okay, keep that in mind. But if you practice here, you might be able to load your legs up a little bit. Just getting your feet here is gonna help, pushing. Okay, so once I'm here, I'm gonna keep constant pressure on the cage. I do not want my opponent to get behind me in the cage. Not his hand, not his leg, nothing. Okay, so now I'm here. My next move, you come on the other side. From
Hold
position
on.
A.
Restart.
Okay. Wait 7 seconds. All right, now we went from position A to position B. I'm up like this. My hands are either on the head or blocking the hips, whatever. My legs are up like this, loaded. That's when I'm pushing in the ground. I'm driving myself up against the fence. Nothing goes behind. Okay, now the next position, position C we can call it, I'm going to put my foot hand on the ground, just like standing in base, left foot, right hand, and all in once, this is where you're going to need some core strength to get your hips up. All right, because before you're standing up most of the time with nobody on top of you. Some of my other System 14 stuff, they got your hips and everything, so it's kind of the same thing. Your hips come up strong, but this is where you can get strong. Strong right here, and then once I got some space, my leg goes flat here. So you see, I'm on my toes there, my knees there, everything's glued to the fence, all the way up my body and my shoulder, here, okay? Now, I don't want to have my head down here. I want to pop straight to here. My head's up, my shoulder's here, just like that. Now, I'm ready to go to work. Don't rest here, go all the way to the next position, but it's one at a time. A, B, C. Now, I'm gonna pop up, using the fence, pushing, this leg's pushing into here, bam, right there. Now, once again, you can see my butt here, my legs here, my foot is up against the fence. Now, I'm ready to defend. Okay, I'm all the way up, now I'll work on something else. Let's look at that all again. Position A, here. I start to shrimp up on my elbow, up, B. Okay? C, hips up, all the way to the fence there. Get up on my toes. Without stopping, go right from there, heads up, push against the fence, my legs here. Foot against the cage, just here. I don't let anything behind. I'm blocking this off. If I have this open, something can come in, front or the back. Close it off. All right, a little bit faster. All right, that's how we stand in base up against the cage. Now, to see more techniques like this, go to prommatraining.com.